No? McClue.
Beam me up, Scotty. And he's so good that most people missed it, but it's on this tape here. But I've got to work out what button to press before I can play it to you.
Geez, there are so many buttons in here. It's like, it's amazing. Sometimes I don't take myself off it. Okay, let's, can we do the news now? Or do I have to, charge through this first? It's so complicated. It's amazing I can remember how to do this, having taken 2 weeks off. All right, let's come back, yes? Okay, this is what happened last night. Gee, this show's got more reports, more repeats than the BBC.
Dick.
Who, are you talking to me?
Is that Dick? Did you have music on there?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Well, turn your radio down.
You want me to turn my radio? Listen, there's hundreds of thousands of millions of watts. I can't turn that down. I would need a team of engineers in to turn that down, man.
Team of engineers turn that down. What can we do for you, Dick?
Well, listen, it's the law, so I actually have to tell you that you're on the air on Virgin 1215 right now.
Oh, wonderful.
And we've been on hold listening to your show. In fact, we've been on hold for about 2 weeks waiting to get on your show.
You're joking me.
No, I was on your program. The nice gentleman put me on hold just before I went on holiday 2 weeks ago. And when I came back from holiday, gee, we were still on hold.
Dick, you're winding me up. Listen, have you got a point?
Yeah, I'm just wondering what the topic is tonight.
We're in the middle of a major discussion here, okay?
So what's the topic?
Well, we've got several topics on this program, and I'm delighted to tell you that the government's done something sensible and told the public sector workers, like the teachers and the MPs and the soldiers and the nurses, they'll not be getting a pay rise next year except through improved productivity and cost-saving deals.
Do you know that it's Arthritis Care Week this week?
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So, what is the demographic of your show? Is it about, 70 to 100 years old?
70 to 100 years old, that's me.
You know, from the 9th of October onwards, you'll have a hell of a lot to talk about in your show, because it seems like, when I was, holding to get on, it seems like all anybody wants to talk about is their personal pains.
Yes, pain. We have a lot of pain on this program.
Yeah, and the pain in the neck day is the 17th of October, so you should have a hell of a lot to talk about that day, right?
Oh, there's plenty of pains in the neck. Now, the other thing is...
National Eczema Week, Foot Health Week, World Mental Health Day,
yes,
and Europe Against Cancer Week, all in the same week. Gee, your show's going to be chock-a-block, isn't it?
Now, listen, can I give you some telephone numbers for helpline?
You know what? A phone number I got last night? I got your home phone number from the operator last night.
Wonderful. Now, can I give you some helpline?
Can I just ask you a question?
Eh?
Are you stupid enough to have your number in the book?
Can I ask you a question? Is it not time for your medication?
No, listen, do you have your home...
Is it not time for your medication? Do you realise that this program is virtually reserved for Scousers tonight?
I just want a straight answer to a...
Are you or are you not
Scotty, I just want a straight answer to a straight question,
Go
okay?
on, then.
Are you stupid enough to have your home phone number in the telephone book?
I don't have a home phone number. I am not on the telephone.
They don't pay you enough in Preston Radio to have a phone.
I come into work. I come into work
on the radio station's bus. Yeah.
So that I can use the phone, and I have to listen to some other people during that.
Now, have you had a drink tonight? Because you sound like you're a bit like, you know.
I don't drink. I can't afford it.
Well, I don't doubt that for a second.
I can't afford the drink.
Who's the boss? Is Jeff Graham the boss at that radio station?
Jeff Graham's the boss, and a fine man he is,
and that's why you can't afford the drink, right?
A fine man he is, too. Now, listen.
Yeah.
Listen, the whole thing is, tonight, I don't know if you can help us with this discussion here, Dick, right?
Well, it sounds like you need all the help you can get, mate.
I do indeed. Now, the problem is that we are trying to get Scousers to change their accent so that they don't get the rough end of the stick all the time.
And that they should have no noticeable trace of an accent like you, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have one of those neutral accents. I'm originally from Cornwall.
Cornwall in West
there?
Scotland. Yeah,
Are you receiving us?
You shut me up just for a second there, which is almost like a world record on this show.
Red Rose Gold calling the world over. Are you there?
I think so. You're beginning to slur your words, Scotty. I'm getting a little worried about you, man.
I slur my words because I wasn't sent to the posh speech training place that you went to.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm.
Tell me this.
The thing about me is, like, I'm so posh.
Were you born with a silver spoon in your gob?
No, I was born with a plastic spoon in my mouth, like Pete Townsend.
because I shall tell you here.
I'll tell you this.
I will tell you something.
Yes.
Right, I will tell you something. We're very straight talking up here, and we're very honest. We're not really on the radio, are we? Eh?
Wait, what do you mean?
Are you joking me? You're winding me up.
Man, you're not only national, you are Europe-wide now.
You're giving me the chat, aren't you? You're winding me up. I know you are.
Tune us in to Virgin 1215 right now. There must be, can you afford a radio in your radio station? Tune it in AM 1215.
No, you're too far up. 999 AM.
And we are also on satellite on Sky Channel 2. Europe-wide.
Wonderful.
You have never had a bigger audience, or a younger audience, I might say.
You don't know about that. Now, my audience goes from age 18 upwards.
Yeah, age 80 upwards, I think is the phrase you're looking for.
We do 18 to 98. We cover that 80 vital years in life.
And the only 18-year-olds you've got are the people taking care of the 1,000-year-old people that call up your show.
Well, we do have 1,000-year-old people who come on, you see, because they live a long time here. And they also remember...
No, I don't think they actually live a long time. It just seems that way.
The 1,000-year-old people remember me from the young days.
I have a poem that's just come in. Would you like to hear it?
I'd love it.
No, I haven't read this through, so there could be... are we on delay on your show?
We're on thousands of delays.
Okay, cool.
I've already dumped most of your calls.
Oh, Scotty, your antics send me potty. Misery, pain, and suffering all seem to be your thing. But it's okay, and it's all right, because we all listen to Nick at night. Oh, isn't that sweet?
That's lovely. That's lovely. Now, the next time you come up here, right, okay, I'll teach you how to say a few Scottish words.
Yeah, I have a couple of Scottish words for you, but none of which I can broadcast on my show.
Now, where are you from, Dick? Is it Dick or Nick?
It's Vic.
Vic.
Vic,
where are you from, Vic? I've rubbed you on a few times.
I was from Scotland and Wales and England. Here, there, and everywhere. Everywhere and nowhere, baby.
You're a taffy.
A little bit, yeah.
Now, you speak very trendy. We don't have any of that up here, any of that nonsense.
I speak trendy?
You've got a trendy
What the hell does that mean, Scotty?
You call people man and babe and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, that was trendy in about 1972, yeah.
Great that is. Is that when you did your sort of basic training?
No, there's... Training? Do I sound as though I've been trained to you?
You're a brilliant man. You're a professional, I'll tell you.
Listen, Scotty, I think that I have taken up way too much of your valuable time.
Listen,
and if you don't get to the next call, then she'll probably just die waiting.
Listen,
the paramedics are on the way at this very moment.
You cannot cut people off on this program. It's not
No,
allowed.
I bet you just let them talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. Gee! So we finally got through, can you believe? Oh, joy. Ladies and gentlemen, life is almost worth living again, isn't it? Okay, we're back live now. Maybe I could, come Friday, when I'm completely knackered, maybe we should just do, like, the best of. I know that would be, like, it would be pretty hard to get a 4-hour show of the best of, but, just, like, pick randomly, just various calls and sew them together. I wouldn't even have to come in. I could act like Mitch and just do a 4-day week. So that was Scotty, and what a good bloke he was. So maybe I should call... See, people are now... Like, the faxes are pouring in that I should call Robbie Vincent on LBC, the soon-to-be-dead LBC. And not before time, right? But, okay, well, yeah, maybe I will. Maybe I will. Hang on. All right, well, let's see if we can't get Robbie Vincent on the show. Wouldn't that be fabulous? The king of British talk. And you just get straight through, right? There's absolutely nobody whatsoever calling his show. I wonder what the topic is tonight. I think it's arthritis. Arthritis Week coming up, ladies and gentlemen. National Eczema Week coming up as well. This is going to be great. LBC, the soon-to-be extinct London talk station, which speaks to... The FM side speaks to people 70 and over, and the AM side speaks to really old people. So boring you could virtually die listening to it. you have problems sleeping, then tune it right in. And I think the board operator has gone to sleep himself. How long does the phone have to ring in on that station before they pick it up? What do we need? Some accompanying music? Here's something... Oh.
Hello.
Hello, is this LBC?
Can I help you?
Yeah, is this the Robbie Vincent show?
Well, you're obviously not listening to it because it's not being presented by Robbie Vincent at the moment.
Oh, great. Who's on? Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Who's on?
Well, if you're not even bothering to listen to the program that you're phoning, and seeing as how we're listening to yours at the moment to see that you're phoning us, I think that's a bit feeble, really. Good night.
Feeble? Oh, wow. She wasn't a very nice lady, was she? What a bitch. You see, they're very upset in that building because their license is going to run out really quickly, and they're all scrambling around desperate to find a job. Well, you'd be upset too, right? Their new phrase, LBCing you. So somebody has obviously rung them up and alerted them to the fact that we're going to call. And were they up for it? Not in the least. What a bunch of yellow-bellied bastards they are at LBC. And she was listening to this show. Their output was so dull, she was listening to this show. I bet, just from the tone of her voice, I bet she hadn't had sex in her whole life. She was wound up like an alarm clock. God. So maybe we should get a radio and see who's on that program. Could they be even more boring than Robbie Vincent? Is that possible? Okay, well, they obviously didn't like me very much, so screw them. Maybe we should call somebody who's up for it, who's game. Fortunately, we have somebody much more interesting than that. Because here's Rab.
Hello, son.
Yes?
Over at LBC birthday. You'd never guess she was getting paid off. Oh, dear. Here am I still allowed on after last night.
Oh, yes.
What have I got to say to get barred in this show?
I don't know, but it's like every day we draw the line, and on the very next day we leap right over it, right?
Excellent stuff. Oh, I tell you, I'm never telling another female joke again.
Yeah, I bet.
I've had death threats from the GBLF.
What's that?
The Governed Birds Liberation Front. Threatened me with a Victoria Wood video. I'm not having that. Oh, yeah, here, I have a wee poem about women as well. Before I forget. Now, don't get nervous, son. Don't get nervous. You still with me?
I think so, yeah.
Right, you ready?
I'm still in shock from those bastards at LBC who wouldn't even let me on the air. Somebody had alerted... We have, like, a mole in this audience who had called them up, and they were obviously, like, speaking about us and saying, well, you better watch out.
Yeah, you know me, son, heading for a tenner, you know?
Yeah.
What can I say? I've no loyalty whatsoever.
None at all, no.
Anyway, you ready for my poem?
Yep.
What, no intro?
Oh, okay. You want a little bit of... hang on a sec. Let me see what I've got here for you. Oh, how about...
Well, I suppose it'll do. The funny old thing about women is that they're always convinced they are right. They won't from first thing in the morning and carry on into the night. Their constant complaining and narking has been getting all day in my rag. If only they just bloody realise that we only just want them to. Should I really finish that, what do you think? I don't know. It's been on my mind whether to finish that wee poem or not.
I see my mind was spinning about what you were going to... what was going to rhyme with "ite."
What was going to rhyme with what?
What was the first line again? Right, yeah. See, what were you going to rhyme with "right"?
Probably shite, but there you go.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought, too.
Anyway.
Yes.
I've had a good night, I must admit, talking about women. I've been at one of these wife-swapping parties.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got a foot spa and a viz annual. I just hope I don't get her back, you know. Yeah, I've just heard Michael Jackson's new single.
What's that?
I'm forever blowing bubbles.
No!
Think about it, guys.
Yeah, right.
California, no, I'm not saying that one, no chance.
Okay.
Here, son.
I
What do you
can't
call...
believe you stopped yourself.
Neither can I. I just... the fear of treading just over the edge of
Yeah.
Here, what do you call 6 LBC DJs in a jacuzzi?
I don't know, what do you call 6 LBC DJs in a jacuzzi?
Vegetable soup. Here, listen, before I go...
Before you go.
You know my wee dog, Alki?
Yes.
The drunken greyhound? Well, he was telling me the other day he was in the pub, you know, and there was these 2 horses sitting in the corner. So one says to the other one, you know, Red, I would have won the National in 74 if it hadn't been for that last fence when I was 10 lengths clear. And down I went, fell at the last hurdle. You know what I mean, Sergey? He says, well, funnily enough, the same thing happened to me in 78 at the Irish National, 10 lengths clear, and I was just 1 furlong to go, and wallop, down I went for no reason whatsoever. So Alky's hearing all this, and he trots over and he says, excuse me, but I couldn't help overhearing that, and a similar thing happened to me at White City a few years back, you know. And one horse turns to the other one and says, can you believe that? A talking dog.
That's like the theme tune of this program. We're pretty vacant and we don't care. Pretty much. Let's give LBC a ring back. I can't believe how rude they were. I mean, because if she knew that she was on the air, don't you think that it would have reflected better on the station if she was a bit more polite? Because I wasn't rude to her, was I? I was just curious as to who the presenter was. And still straight through, they have absolutely nobody on their board at all. And I want to know, if you were the person that alerted them to the fact that we were talking about them, I want names, okay? If you know who it was, or you are that despicable individual, then the number is 0645 101 101. And it's taking them a dog's age, isn't it? Because she's filling in the, the application form for another job. She's busy calling up her references, you know? Because they must be desperate in that building. Who are the people that have taken over? It's like, Eleanor. Yeah, but Eleanor, but who's behind it? I can't remember. Oh, right, John Tusa. Well, see, if they're listening to this program, then they obviously know that the line that's ringing now is not the one to pick up. She was so spectacularly rude to me. I just... See, if you call this show and you're a chronic pain in the neck, like most of the people are that call, but Clint, see, he will be nice and polite to you. Even if you don't get on the air, he will still be nice. But she was just like, oh, talk about your PMT. Well, it's obvious they're not going to pick that up, so up theirs, right? Now, what we desperately need is a pizza, because there are 4 incredibly hungry people in this building, and we need a thin-crust pizza with extra cheese, chilies, green peppers, pineapple, because pineapple on a pizza is excellent, because you've got this, especially with chilies, because you have the kind of, the hot sort of, it's not bitter, really, but it's like the spicy thing. And it's sort of yin and yang with the sweet thing. Sweet fang. And we have some Mick Jagger coming up, if I can squeeze him in. Yeah, but would you please? Thin crust, large, enough to serve 4 desperately hungry people. And the address is number 1 Golden Square in London's fashionable Soho. What's the news?
Well, I'll buzz you when we get through to them, shall I? Because they're still on that, holding on.
Who are?
LBC.
Oh, I don't think I want to speak to them now. They were so damn rude. I virtually have never experienced anything like it. Don't they know who I am? No, I think we should call somebody up in another part of the country, and I'm not going to, tell you before I do it, because there's obviously a spy listening to this program who is, busy calling people up, alerting them to the fact that we're... And unfortunately, it's the law that I have to actually say who we are before I go on the air. You know, if I call somebody up, I have to say that they're on the air right now. It's the law in this stinking country. But had it not been... See, I know I didn't say it to her, but then who the hell was she, right? Because she knew who I was anyway. And that's pretty odd, isn't it, that she would know right off the bat who I was? Oh, well, it's not going to worry me. I'm not going to lose a second's sleep over it.
Have you ever been behind a cash point behind an old age pensioner?
At a cash point?
Oh, have you ever been behind one?
Not to my recollection, no.
What a nightmare. They think it's like a jukebox. Honest to God.
What, and they're trying to find Love Me Tender by Elvis Presley.
You could rip them off something chronic, but being honest, you've got to show them what to do.
No, the worst thing is being behind an old age pensioner at the cash desk of a bank, or a post office, even worse, because they're there cashing their gyro, but it's not enough to just cash it. They want to have a conversation at the same time.
Oh, God,
because they don't have anybody else to speak to, and this is their only contact with the human form. And they're into, I was in hospital the other week, and I had catheters, and the tubes went in here. Would you like me to show you? And it's chronic.
But you could rip them off something really bad.
Well, see, now you're giving some of the criminal element of this audience some ideas.
They actually hand you the card and say, "Could you tell me what to do?"
They do not.
They do?
Are you serious?
Oh, in Glasgow they do.
They hand you their card,
aye,
and they tell you to do it for them.
They give you the number, their PIN number.
And you really do it for them, right?
Oh, honestly, they do.
It's like the Japanese tourists who hand you their camera and say, "Can you take a picture of me?" And you say, "Yeah, back a bit, back a bit, and see you." Check out the heels on these shoes.
What's my dust?
Exactly.
I know. So you've not got a pizza?
Not yet.
Ah, no.
How long ago did I ask for it? Oh, it was only about 10 minutes ago. It takes half an hour, right? Otherwise it's free. But I want it free anyway.
You're a famous...
I don't get free stuff on this show at all. Mitch Johnson gets to go to New York.
Can I say one thing?
Russ and Jono get to go to Sydney. And what do I get?
Can I say one thing? I'm from Glasgow.
I don't even get laid in Amsterdam.
If you can't get laid in Amsterdam...
Then you can't get laid. I might as well just, give up, right?
Right, can I say one thing?
Please.
Right, I come from Glasgow, right, and there's a lot of people who I work beside listen to Virgin Radio, and see Rab, he's the talk of the steamy.
The talk of the what?
He's the talk of the steamy in Glasgow.
Steamy?
Aye.
What does that mean?
That means that everybody's speaking about him.
Oh, right.
Everybody listens to your show in Glasgow. The people I work beside...
Yeah, they hate me. But they just listen to him, right?
They don't hate you, but they'll listen to you anyway. And they always talk about Rab. And everybody seems to think that Rab should have his own show.
That's what my dad said to me today. He said that he has obviously missed his calling and he should be signed up immediately. That's what I like about this audience. They don't give a damn about me. It's just like Rab on this show.
Well, we listen to you, but we think Rab should get his own show on Virgin Radio.
I think that this whole thing with Rab is getting way out of control.
You think so?
Absolutely.
You think he's going to take over you?
I know this, and I have said this before, and if this sounds selfish, I'm sorry, but on this show, it's me, okay?
Good to have you back anyway.
All right, thanks a lot, mate.
Right, good day.
0645 101 101, and we are now in Hoddesdon.
Hi, Nick.
Yeah.
Oh, how you doing, mate?
All right.
I've been waiting an hour.
You've been waiting a dog's age?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Long live LBC.
Not really, no.
It's no wonder those guys are being taken off there. Can you believe it?
Well, I don't think I want to talk about that.
No,
Screw them.
No, forget them. Anyway, what are you saying? Old people ain't got nobody to talk to. They got Scotty.
Scotty? Well, that's true enough, yeah. If you live in Preston, so if, once you hit 150 years old, move to Preston, and you've got Scotty. But I don't want to run the guy into the ground because I thought he was a good sport.
Oh, I do.
Actually, listening back to it, I thought he was less of a good sport than I did at the time that I actually did it.
If you don't mind me saying so, it's a tosser.
A tosser? Okay.
But
now, is that anything to do with a Tesser? The well-known way of saving money or whatever the hell that is?
No, he's a tosser.
Oh, okay.
But to my point...
Yes.
well, you had a guy on...
Speaking of points, here's another one.
Yeah, you had a guy on talking about complaints, and he works in a restaurant.
Yeah.
Well, I work in a bar here, and we do bar food, and this guy, Mark Hadley, lead singer of Spandau Ballet, and he had 20 quid's worth of sandwiches. Yeah, every bit of it, and then he complained to me. He said, oh, the beef was rare, blip, 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 blip.
Mark Hadley ate 20 pounds worth of sandwiches.
No, he had a couple of fat friends.
Oh, I see. A couple of fat friends, yeah.
I did see the upset. He was there for a wedding, and then when I was there in the morning the next day, he had an absolutely appalling hangover. He looked like shit.
Oh,
excuse me.
Sorry, I'm going to say goodbye to you, mate.
No, don't say goodbye, please. You said goodbye?
Not yet.
No. Anyway, to my point, Americans.
Yes.
Americans, they all think that we're either cockneys, farmers, or boffs. What's the
or what? What was the last one?
Toffs, rich guys.
Oh, toffs.
We'll wear bowler hats and...
Well, if they haven't actually been here, all they know is the media portrayal of British people, and that's their portrayal. I mean, think about it. Well, the programs that get sold over there, it's like upstairs, downstairs, and...
But they think we still have pea supers in London and things. And we'll talk like this, you know?
Well, like I said, all they know, unless they have actually been here, is what they see on TV and the movies. And, you think of British films. Every single one of them is like white linen movies, and everybody in the films lives in like mansions and, all that stuff. And if that's all that you know of a country, then you have to be excused of thinking that that's all that there is.
Have you ever seen that film, Three Men and a Little Lady? That film is so poor. I mean, they think that we still have, like, we all live in country.
Three Men and a Little Lady.
Yeah, Tom Selleck.
Oh, no, I would avoid anything with Tom Selleck in.
No, it was an appalling film.
Well, I was right then, wasn't I, right?
They still think that we have sheep. Like farmers clog up lanes with sheep, and,
Well, that's what they say in Wales.
And they'll talk with farmers' accents.
Who are?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, listen, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Okay.
See you, mate.
Bye.
Bye.
Now, do we have some music? Yes, we do. So we're just musing about that woman at LBC who is so spectacularly rude to me. And doesn't it seem strange to you that she would be listening to this show while operating the board for whatever program it is that's going out and LBCing you at the moment? Doesn't that sound a little strange to you? Because Clint's in there and he's, like, busy, you know what I mean? Because, like, calls are coming in all the time and he's checking for nutters. And you need to be on your toes on this show, no question about that. But she's, like, so relaxed that, I don't know, maybe they, like, have people... Maybe they have absolutely nobody calling in whatsoever and they have to, like, drum up calls from within the building. Well, that's been known in radio, right? I wish I had got on. Yeah, I'm just upset that it wasn't Robbie Vincent. Because he is the king of British talk radio. He was like the only one for so long. And that's why people used to... people in this country, if you say, talk radio, like phone-in radio, they go, oh, geez, because it's like pensioner radio. People will be talking about, if I was doing like an ordinary phone-in show, like you're supposed to do in this country, tonight's topic would almost definitely be, isn't it terrible what's happening in Florida, right? And their new slogan for tourists, come to Florida, you might go home alive. It would just be like on and on. And, I went to Florida and I didn't see any trouble at all and the weather was great and everything. And the next call would be, I think it's terrible that all these people are getting shot and nobody should go to America. And it would just be like over and over and over and over and over. Chronic. And that's why talk radio has such a bad reputation in this country. And the only alternative to all of that is James Fatboy Whale. And it's just like, appalling. People think that he is like a shock jock. And you need to get yourself a Kevlar suit and go to the States and listen to talk radio over there to find out where the state of the art is at. Well, if you go to Miami, tune in a radio station called WIOD. which is on 6:10 a.m., and some of the funniest stuff you will ever hear. I mean, if you think I get away with a lot, you will not believe your ears when you go over there. There's a guy called Neil Rogers, who is the biggest talent I have ever heard in radio. He's the funniest man I have ever heard. Neil Rogers on 610 WIOD in Miami. He's on from 10 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon. If you're going to Miami, would you do me a favor and send me some tapes? Because I am desperate. The last tape I have of his show is years old. And it's followed by a couple of guys called, I can't remember, a double act. If you're going to Chicago, then there's a comedy station over there called The Loop. All the talk hosts are now on the FM side because they have an AM and an FM over there, and it's The Loop FM, and it's just like one show after the other of absolute hilarity. And if you're going to New York or LA or Las Vegas or any of those places, you'll pick up a bloke called Howard Stern, he is like the most infamous shock jock. He's a guy who does a breakfast show, and it's gay dial-a-date, or necrophiliac dial-a-date, or just, the most appalling, shocking, it's just jaw-dropping things you could possibly imagine. Such that even in America, where you can virtually get away with anything you like on the radio, the company that carries his show was fined something like $500,000 by the FCC, their version of our Broadcasting Standards Council. They're clamping down over there, but they've still got a long way to go before they get as uptight as they are in this country. So, as I desperately try to control myself, let's go straight into this hour's new news, and I'll be right back.
Bye-bye.
Cambers Lang.
Hi, Nick Abbot. I've got a bone to pick with you.
Uh-oh.
You've slagged Britain.
Yes.
But what other country do you know where you can drive a steamroller with a provisional license?
Well, that's a good point, yeah.
Be handy if you took one to Florida.
I think that I should take one to Hammersmith Road.
Oh, come to
Now, you know who lives there, right?
No.
LB seeing you.
Oh, come to my house.
I could drive right in through reception and flatten that bitch right, just completely dead. Oh. How dare she speak to me like that? Doesn't she know who I am?
Oh.
I think she knows who I am. That's why she spoke to me like that. But you would think that, to know that you were on the air on another radio station and to be that spectacularly rude, being the voice of that station, and to be that rude, but she obviously doesn't care anymore because how long is her job lasting? Couple of weeks, right?
Can't get sacked.
Exactly. It's like, what would be the point of sacking her now?
Right, Nick, I've got a joke for you.
Uh-huh.
So Mary Whitehouse won't have any complaints.
Great.
This guy goes to the doctor.
Now, is this a long joke?
No, quite
okay.
Short. This guy goes to the doctor. He says, "Doctor, every time a lorry passes, I come out in a terrible rash." And just at that moment, a lorry passed outside, and the guy goes into a rash, and the doctor says, "I see, I'll have to do a test, send away for a test." The test come back. The guy goes back a week later. He says, "I'm sorry, I've got to inform you, you're HGV positive."
See, that's one of the reasons that I don't allow people to do jokes on this show. So let's get the guy on the phone. Or should I do a track first? How long have I been speaking? 7 minutes. All right, well, I'm going to be speaking to a major celebrity of radio and screen right after this. Well, there's a couple of people I've got to speak to about pizzas, which is like, after you've had 6 or 7 beers, you need a pizza to soak the stuff up, right? It's not like I'm off the air in 10 minutes. I've got to last till 2. Especially this Labatt Strong Lager. Somebody was stupid enough to stock up the fridge, which is temptingly close to this studio, and I have been plundering it this evening. So I'm speaking now to Plymouth about pizzas.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, yeah, this is Andrew here from Plymouth.
Yes.
I can mention the firm, right, it's a favourite pizza, but while I'm sort of running around the night, sort of in my little blue Escort, I listen to Virgin, and it sort of keeps me company. Compared to all the other stations it's on, they aren't much cop with.
Yeah.
But, I was just driving home and listening about what you're saying about that LBC and I couldn't believe it, how you get away with it, like, you know, I mean...
How do I get away with it?
Yeah.
I have no idea, you know. It surprises me every day. Because I draw the line of decency...
Yeah, well,
and on the very next show, I leap blindly right over it. It's incredible.
Yeah.
No, it does. I mean, I am absolutely honest when I say that I am astonished that I haven't been shouted at yet.
Well, it's incredible. I mean, they got a local radio station here, but it's sort of very tamed down. As soon as any sort of swearing comes on, I guess...
Listen, every radio station in this country is tame. It's all like super nice, happy, grinning radio. That's why I'm astonished that I'm still here, you know? It's like... Who else is even, like, remotely close to me?
I mean, you got these censorship people...
I mean, I'm not saying close to me in, you know, a quality sense, because if there's anything that this show isn't, it's quality entertainment. But, you know, like, nobody is like, doing anything even remotely...
Not even close. Not
towards the line of acceptability.
Yeah, I mean, I used to scan up and down the frequencies, like, on a push button in the car radio, like, you know, sort of flip from one to the other, and then, like, a found virgin, like, you know. It's surprising, like, you know, 9 times out of 10 I'm locked onto it, because it sort of does everything I ever want, like,
yeah.
I mean, a bull range of...
Everything you've ever wanted.
I mean,
like that guy who called in just lately. He's found everything he ever wanted, and he did it after calling this show. Fabulous. Listen, I got to go because I have something really important to do.
All the best to you. Like,
all right, cheers.
Like, all these people that want to censor something, like, they should remember, like, they've got the ultimate censorship control at their fingertip on the button.
They should get lost.
And let people do their own thing.
Exactly.
Like, you know? That's it.
Cheers, mate.
Nick. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Best,
I'll try my very best. Not that it'll actually do me any good to keep it up because nobody seems to be interested. You know what I mean? Manchester.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi, I hope you're hungry.
Now, what's happening?
Well, there should be, in the middle of your music break, marathon, a pizza arriving from the East End of London.
From the East End?
Yeah, no.
It'll be stone cold by the time it gets here.
No, the guy sound...
What are they going to do, like put it on a plane?
Well, on a fast car. And it'll be coming as you ordered it, with onions, chilies,
Now, how do you know this?
Well, because they took the order, that's why.
You called a company up in East... Now, why did you call a company in East London?
Because that was the only one I could find. Because I'm not from London, as you probably guessed.
Here's a guy who called from Manchester to order a pizza in East London, which has got to be like about 10 miles away.
Well, it's the only phone number that Talking Pages, you know, the yellow page can come up with.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, honestly, really.
And so this is... So what did you do? Order it through your credit card?
We know you pay on delivery.
I pay on delivery. Wait a minute.
I'm sure Virgin can afford it with all their success. And you are hungry.
No question about that, yeah.
For you and the rest of everyone else.
It's like 7 bottles of Labatt Strong Lager, and I am desperate.
Got the munchies.
Yeah, definitely. Listen, I got to go. I don't even think I have time enough to do this now, do I? Maybe I should hang on to it till tomorrow. Yeah, I've got time, says Clint. Oh, okay then. See, everybody who's gone to bed early is going to be really upset now. I don't even know if I'm going to get through. But, oh, man, we're about to have, if this works... Major celebrity. See how long it takes them to answer. God, they're loud. They must have, like one of these posh new phones. Because it has a seductive tone, doesn't it? Kind of like the bloke that I'm about to speak to. Not really. And look at my board, man. Absolutely deserted. 0645 101 101. I don't even know if it's worth it anymore, but I'll give the number out anyway. I think they're asleep. Now, let me ask you a question, Clint. Would you let a phone ring for quite this long before picking it up? Oh, usually he has to, he says. Okay, well, I'll forgive him then. What do we need? Some accompanying music with this? And they're pretty near the seaside where we're calling to. Oh, here we go. Hello?
Hello.
Now, is this the Terry Christian show?
Yes.
Excellent. What's the topic tonight?
Well, the big market seems to have been the main topic.
The what?
The big market.
What's that?
You know, where all the pubs are in Newcastle.
He's talking about the big market?
Yeah.
Are there many people holding?
2.
Okay, can I get to the front of the queue? Is that possible?
No, the other 2 been on a while. What did you want to talk about?
I have got no idea. See, it's the law, okay, so I have to actually tell you that you're on another radio station right now. This is Virgin 1215, and you're on the air.
Really?
Yeah. So I wanted to... Do you believe me?
I'm not sure.
Well, okay. What would I have to do to convince you? I have a bevy of sound effects here. How about this one? Like that one?
Tell me why you're ringing here.
I've got no idea. Somebody said I should ring him up because I've been terrorizing talk hosts in various parts of the country.
Right.
And so I thought, what the hell? Let's give Mr. Christian a ring, right? How's he doing?
It's fine.
Fine.
What's your name?
Nick.
Nick.
Yeah, Nick Talbot.
Nick Talbot.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So is he taking over from somebody else's show, or is this his new job?
No. He's just standing in for someone while they're on holiday.
And who's that?
It's Alan Robson.
Oh, right. The well-known football player.
No.
Oh, that's Brian, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, football supporter. Right.
So isn't this like a bit of a come-down for somebody who's like such a major celebrity? Is this the first, or maybe I should ask him these questions. Can we jump to the front of the queue because you're live in Europe now?
If you give me 2 seconds,
okay,
I'll find out for you.
Great.
Please, but you took me.
See.
Isn't it better though sometimes maybe to tell a stranger?
I don't love that accent. I just love the way Italian speaks.
I've got a few. I mean, I've tried ringing and I've gotten so far and then I've backed out. Do you know what I mean? Because I mean, when I
I'm amazed that these people would actually like put me on.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry, can't take your call.
Why not?
No idea.
No, wait a second. You didn't speak to him because I just heard him speaking to somebody else. So how could you possibly have... you just made this up yourself, right?
No.
He said that he didn't want to speak to me.
I've spoken to the producer.
The producer? Can I speak to the producer?
No, you can't, not at the moment.
Now, is it a man or a woman?
Man.
And how old is he?
No idea.
Like 20 or 70?
No, well, he's not 70.
He's, what, 30?
Possibly.
And he made an executive decision to say he didn't want to speak to me? Does he even know who I am?
Yes.
You told him I was Nick Talbot?
I told him it was Virgin Radio.
Yeah. And why doesn't he want to speak to me?
I've no idea, but I'm just passing on a message that...
No, I understand that. I'm not getting upset with you. I just don't understand why he doesn't even know why I'm calling, but he just sort of he just like dismissed me out of hand. Don't you understand that there's like hundreds of thousands of people listening to this show now who are like just desperately upset because I've been flagging this for ages, and suddenly we're just getting like the brush off. Not from Mr. Christian himself, from some flunky who doesn't even have anything to do with Terry Crews. He's just like sitting there and he's like making executive decisions on his behalf.
Can you hang on a sec?
Who the hell does he think he is?
Just a sec.
Okay.
When we social worker.
I don't even have time to do this now because we've got a half-hour music marathon coming up and everything.
The police and social services can't touch him in Blackpool for what he done.
Oh, here's a woman with a problem.
Stopped him from getting married to a person who had children, but they would never take him to court for what he done to me.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe in some ways they might think that would be more traumatic for you than for him, perhaps. Will you have a word with our receptionist and let her give you these addresses? And do me a favour, please ring one of them.
Yeah, do me a favour, Terry.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Oh, see, hear how sincere he was? Oh, see, I can't play their adverts. That would be terribly wrong. I'm sure that would be desperately illegal. Now, see, I have to listen to them in my headphones and talk to you at the same time, which is almost beyond... not almost. It is completely beyond me. I'm sorry if there was a big silence there, but yeah, I'm listening to what they're doing. God, they have the worst adverts there. What a tune-out. Jeez. Oh, they're into another advert. Well, can I just play... Can I do that for you? I'll be back in a sec. Hang on. Yeah.
Another word with the producer.
Yes.
Right? At this station, producers make decisions.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Wow. Is he up himself or what?
Okay.
Now, what kind of a guy is he? Is he a complete pain in the neck? Because he sounds that way to me.
Not really. But I'm sorry. I'd like to talk to you, but I have to go.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I like you, but I hate him.
Okay, I'll tell him.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Bye. Absolutely no luck at all on this show, eh? They hate me out there. I think that the people have been, running around saying, hey, Abbott's about to call you, and you don't want to take that call. Trust me on this one small matter, okay? If you value your career and your standing in this business, don't take Abbott's call, because he'll rip the piss out of you. Okay, we have a half-hour music marathon coming up, and boy, do I need the break. By the way, if somebody made an executive decision on my behalf about what goes on this show without discussing it with me, I think I would hit the roof. You know what I mean? Some jumped-up guy who thinks he's a producer is sitting there saying that suddenly he had the opportunity to speak not just to the tiny area that his station broadcasts to, but to the whole of Europe. Don't you think that they would jump at the chance? Oh, no. Are they conservative at that station or what? Maybe we should, now, does anybody know Terry Christian's home phone? There's bound to be someone in this audience that does, right? I think that we should alert him to the fact that the guy who says he's his producer is screwing his show. Now, it kind of puts Scotty into perspective, doesn't it? Because he was up for it. And since then, not much.